Don't get me started.
Don't get me started. Oh, shut your mouth.
Psst.
That's it. I was about to do touchdown, but then I saw you go, psh, and I was like, fair enough. Touchdown. Things that the Buccaneers don't have.
Good evening, good evening. How's it going?
I'm great. It's good to be back here in my flat, my little flat. And it's, feeling good. How you doing?
I am perpetually tired this week. I don't know why, but
yeah,
I'm ready for bed at any given moment, which is pretty much like me, actually. I don't know why I'm so surprised.
Bed
totally
is pretty
consistent.
cool. Bed is pretty cool. As will be explained in This Is Happening, my girlfriend's got a cat, and the cat is either really energetic and wants to jump around.
The raid is here. Welcome, little cute girl. Thank you very much for bringing your party of 5 to Don't Get Me Started.
Like the TV
episode 25.
25.
It's a milestone episode. The thing about doing them every week is we very quickly reach the milestone episode, so I'll stop caring eventually. But I think that 25 is a cool number. I like 25.
It is. Do you remember for 10 I was in Belgium and we did that top 10 thing? Did we do anything for 20? I don't know if we did anything specific, but it is 25. 25 is good.
20 was Don't Get Me Cocktailed.
Yeah, it was. Probably why we're not so fussed about doing something only a 5 more in, Maybe at 50. Maybe.
Yeah,
50.
I think that's going to be the next one. 50 is going to be the next big deal.
Yeah.
Which, if we are consistent, will be in 25 weeks, and
that's
maths.
It's like we're in the same room, but we're not.
We are not. We are in the same town, though. Finally,
my kind of town, Chicago. Only it's Folkestone. We are in the same town, but I'm self-isolating, Jeremy. I'm doing that thing that I've heard so much about, where you're not allowed to go out at all, not even for food, Jeremy, not even to basic necessities. I have to stay here.
More of this will be ranted on by me during This Is Happening. But
cool.
We should probably say hello to some of the people that have joined us.
The
chat is streaming. People are here. Very welcome. Whether you came naturally or you came from little cute girls raid, if you were dragged in here kicking and screaming like, I just wanted the brownies, I don't care about these pricks,
dickheads.
Well, welcome to Undertale Lover 101's UK. Welcome to Captain Soro. Welcome to Tamsinaki. Welcome to Little Cute Girl and her party of 5. Welcome to Research. Welcome to Nova. Welcome to Lady Soro. Welcome to Karis. I think that pretty much covers
Welcome to Lurks. Welcome to Commander Root.
Pow pow. Welcome to Aden. Aden always hangs out in my streams. Let's see who's here. Oh, Lurks is here. You were right.
Good old
That's
Lurks.
it, though. Yeah. And obviously, my Streamlabs bot.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for coming, Streamlabs bot. Much appreciated.
It's good to have everyone here. I feel like the gang's all here. A bit of a fuck Shedstore from Undertale Lover. Straight in there. Bam.
We've had a few fuck Shedstores, and it is the night of fuck Shedstore. We've got a song to debut a little later that has been kindly donated by Rooster Beast. Hopefully he'll be around for it.
Yes, because if he's around,
I mean, we usually expect his presence generally, but he's usually working and has to have us on mute. And as a very oral medium, and by that I mean AURAL, not the homophone of it.
Yes, I understand. Well said.
He will kind of lose the point, but I thought that was our greeting. It is our greeting. Fuck Shedstore.
It is our greeting. That's how we greet each other now. A fuck Shedstore. A fuck Shedstore. I hope in the future, in the year, I don't know, 2170 or something like that, everyone just says it. It's just got to the point where it's grown. It's like, no one knows. Or maybe the year 10,000. No one knows where this came from. Legendary.
that's the weird thing about etymology and the way that words
Isn't
and
it?
phrases change. Is it won't even be fuck Shedstore in like 100 years. It'll be something slightly different. And
It'll
it'll
be
be like,
like
why do we say this? Why do we say for Shedstore? Like, why do we even say this?
for
What
shed.
is for shed?
And
What is for shed?
What is a shed? And then, but in the past, people had things called sheds, and it's like
For shed.
I don't even know why. Why would they have a shed? What is a shed? Oh, our records don't go back that far, and no one donated to Wikipedia, so they lost all that information. So go fuck yourselves. So Jimmy Wales was on the buzz to me today. He's the guy who runs Wikipedia. He sent me a personalized message asking me if I would redonate the £2 that I donated last year. And
he's going to give it back to you so that you can donate it again. That's really kind of him.
He's that sort of guy. He's that sort of guy. He was like, listen, I mean, he said, and the way he says it, I don't know if anybody else has donated to Wikipedia, but like, I just felt like doing it because I thought, hey, fuck it, I use it all the time. You got me in a good mood. Have £2, less than a cup of coffee, as my mate Walesy would say. And yeah, and then today he's like, listen, Alex, you're different from the others, from the other wankers. I shouldn't have to tell you this, but you're a god amongst men, and they're pricks. Do you want to redonate £2? And I'm like, delete email. So
I'll give you your £2 back. Just give it back to us.
Yeah, in the future. Yeah, I love how things, language, contracts, alides. In the future, fuck shed for shed. Yeah, it will. Allied. Yeah, it is good. It's a fun little word.
Yeah. Other people will need to start using hap and nap too. I expect others to know what these words mean now. Yeah. I sometimes forget as I kind of just roll around Twitch and I say that's hap or that's nap, hap. And they're like, and whoever's hosting the stream is like, it's what? Like, it's hap. Like, if you don't know what it means, is it really that hard to kind of work it out from the context of the sentence or the part of the word? It's got a bit of a word. It is a bit of a word. What other words have got hap in them other than like happy or happening or
I can't think of any others. There aren't any
happenstance.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's where your mind should jump.
Yes.
Like, that's happenstance? Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'll try and make it happen more deliberately in future. Thank you for your feedback.
I like it. And obviously we try and explain it most times when we do it. But it should, as Tamsanaki says, should eventually just become part of our parlance.
You know, as we grow and we generally permeate all of popular culture and take over the world, it'll just become part of the general vernacular. You know,
either way,
it's kind of like now. You can interject. Go for it.
I was just going to say, our vocabulary, yours in particular, but in this first, however many, like 10 minutes of the stream, has been off the fucking charts. I mean, if anybody's like, what the fuck? These guys are dropping words like allied, vernacular, etymology. Who the fuck are these guys? Some of these poor guys going, slow down, Alex. What do you mean by that? Long may it continue. I do
long may it continue. I do like words.
Me too.
Before I was the Jez show, I was Jez does words because I did. I still do them, but
you don't.
I'm more of a show now.
About it. Yeah, more of a show.
Haphazard jumps in Reese 10 minutes later.
That's good. That's good. Haphazard. Maybe that could send them down the wrong path, I guess, but who's to say? But it's good to see you all here.
It absolutely is. And that was a fairly good preamble. I think that might be the best preamble we've ever had on this podcast.
We've done in a while. Perhaps we should move along then whilst we've got this momentum going and you want to bring us into the next segment.
Okay. Take us home. Introduce us.
Yeah. Absolutely. I will. We should proceed to the next segment, which we like to call This Is Happening!
In a world filled with haps and naps, two men have risen above to bring you This Is Happening.
Cool.
It's my face escaping through the this.
So, this is the segment which we've already alluded to in some regards, where we talk about what's hap and what's nap. That's what I'm going to say. So if you've got things that are hap or nap, sling them in the chat.
Yeah, let's have them. And a reminder for subscribers to the Jazz Show, you can exclamation HAP 1234 to get some haps on screen, and the same for naps, and you'll have something that looks a bit like this. Or that. Thanks, Captain Sora. So, looking at the notes,
Yes,
you've got rather a lot of haps and naps. So, I'm pretty much going to just turn this over to you.
yeah.
What's
that's the
hap with you
problem.
this week, Alex?
I'll tell you what's happened. I'm just going to adjust my mic, so because the chat is just over there, and I want to make sure I can just still read it. Mainly because it says "Live long and fuck Shedstore" from Nova. I could just read this forever. This guy really needed your £2. Yeah, well, he's not getting it. Yeah, adjustable mics. They're definitely hap. Everything about it's hap. So yeah, so much good stuff, it would seem, is happening to me. I see what you've written. So good news, everybody. Although it's not a tremendously political thread. Well, sometimes it gets a bit political because we talk about Trump a lot. It does. But Biden won. The world is okay again. That was one of my haps.
It'll get there, hopefully, maybe. We've got to get to January first. Let's see what happens. But
sure, the world is collapsing around our ears. We still have time to run out the clock, as it were. Yeah, I spent my last few days in Belgium just constantly refreshing CNN. I'm like, come on, Nevada, come on, Pennsylvania, come on, Georgia. And in the end, Trump had a massive fucking meltdown, which was hilarious for everybody. But the other good thing about it, not just the fact that Biden won, was that they wanted to, you must have seen this. The Republican Party, well, Trump wanted to have a news conference at the Four Seasons Hotel.
Yes, this is fucking amazing.
Rudy Giuliani, or maybe some sort of disgruntled, soon-to-be-fired intern, booked the Four Seasons landscaping car park situated between, like, I don't know what it was, like a sex shop and a crematorium. And it's just Rudy Giuliani, former mayor of New York, now like lawyer to Trump, standing outside this landscaping warehouse.
Rudy Giuliani, in case you wondered.
Yeah, he having to do this, having to put Trump's point across that there was fraud when there wasn't. So like he's standing in front of this. I'm like, it could not get, like, not with a bang, but with a whimper. Do you know what I mean? It was just like, this is the way you go out. Part of me thinks to myself, and I know I'm going on about this a little bit, but like, part of me thinks to myself, we all had a terrible time for the last 4 years with this shit. But this is the perfect, ignominious, kind of like awful ending. Like, could it not be worse? Oh, I love it. It doesn't get better, if you know what I mean. So that was one thing.
Yes. And as a result of that, especially because the kind of result took a while to come in, and it was only Saturday that they happened to give out the result that Biden was president-elect. Immediately afterwards, on Saturday Night Live, you had Jim Carrey's Joe Biden character channeling Jim Carrey's Ace Ventura character.
Oh, really?
Just dropping in his full like Biden garb, a Lahu Zahar.
I love that sort of shit. So yeah, I remember sitting up to watch. I watched Biden's speech. I was very pleased with it. I'm just saying, I had a good time. That was the last day. We're eating a lot of cool friture snacks. It was great. So that's a hap. Other haps for me: been drinking wine. Got a new game. Some of you were here last night watching me playing Detroit Rock City, or whatever the fuck this game is called. And getting back from Belgium, I tell you what, I've never made better time. It was almost like I wanted to get away. You know, it was an hour and a half from her house to Eurotunnel, and straight on the Eurotunnel, no stopping. They were just waving me through like I was a race car guy who, I don't know, I don't watch the F1. Somebody help me. And straight on, they allow me to continue. No pit stop, whatever the fuck. Who knows? Nobody likes that fucking shit anyway. So anyway, straight on, straight through, straight back, 2.5 hours. It was unbelievable. So I'm fast. I got wine. Biden's in. We're all happy. So I'm a very happy guy.
That's a much better experience than coming by the ferry or like the walking Eurotunnel and all that crap. Because like in the early stages of your relationship with your girlfriend, when you were trying to come home on a Sunday afternoon, it would be, right, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm leaving now, and I hope I'll be at yours by 6
watch
for the
NFL.
NFL. Rock's in at 10 to 9. Yes, so there were delays.
There were delays on the ferry, and then when I arrived on the ferry, which just took 2.5 hours to arrive or whatever, then I had to stop, and then I had to get from Dover Port to Dover Priory Station, and I had to wait for a fuck that shit. I'm out.
Dover Priory, fuck that. Hang the fuck on, lads, says Captain Sorrow. Alex, is that a Pickle Rick behind you? No, it's Toriel.
You're such a dickhead. Yeah. I don't want to pick him up. I want to pick him
You don't want to pick him up.
in case because he's on a little stand. In case I rick him, yeah. But yes, it is. It's actually a Pickle Rick game. It's a board game, and these little guys are little figures that you play with. So there's a whole bunch of cards and shit and stuff in there, and you play. And so that's like the box for it. All the cards and shit are in there. I got it for Christmas last year from Curly. And I haven't played it yet, but I thought it was a nice kind of bit of set dressing. So yes, Toriel's here, an Undertale lover. Noticed that. Toriel's sitting around my Hamilton book, a load of other shit. I'm hoping to populate this entire area if I continue to use this as a background. But yeah, it is. Pickle Rick. Pickle Rick!
Thank you, Captain Sora, for using the new shout-out thing that I set up. That's the first time it's been used, I believe. Let's have a look through and see what people are finding hap and nap, because it's not just about us, contrary to popular belief and fact.
While you're doing this, I'm gonna make a little drink.
You do it. Right, hang on. Let's do. I think I've gone up far enough. Shedstore is nap, says Undertale Lover.
You are correct.
You are correct. Hap, adjustable mics. Yeah, may have been a reference to something that was happening at the time there. Yeah. Hap, my mic worked, says Lil Cute Girl 86.
This is good.
It did work. It always helps when your mic works. Wank mode enable, says Reesage. Hap.
That's a reference to last night's Detroit Become Human stream. Fucking brilliant. What a game.
There we go. And that exhausts the haps and naps from the community for now. But Rooster Beast has arrived.
Yes.
He is here for the debut of his number one single, being as he mentioned he's number one. And he is number one.
Do you want to play that now, or is that something for after this segment?
We'll do that. We'll do that a little bit later.
Okay, cool.
I did miss that one. I read that one on the scroll up, and then I missed it.
What's that?
Must be indifferent to it or something. Hap. It's Captain Sora's birthday tomorrow.
Oh, that is hap. Mind you, he is stretching this one out.
He is a bit, right? Like when I was communicating with him last week, it's like, right, so what's the plan for next week? You're staying at 10:30, you're moving around, and the answer was, I might try and do this time. So occupied. Might try and do this occupied. 10:30 it is. And and what will you be streaming? We'll see. Just put me down for birthday week. Right. Good. Yes. Excellent.
Do you know what I've done? I've got my in the room. The bit you can't see is a load of white staticky sheets that you know and love, Jeremy. And it's got the entire month view, and I've worked out kind of how many hours I expect it to take for each game. So therefore, when I'll need to change games. So there's me kind of like, you know that meme of the guy from There's Always Sunny in Philadelphia with all the kind of like things and like pieces of string stretched everywhere. Like, that's what it's like on that side of it. So I'm like, and there's Captain Sora going, oh no, what the fuck, Sonic? Who gives a shit? Shut up.
There is a contrast in approaches to streaming throughout the network, to be fair. And that's good. We are all different. We are all different. We all approach it in a different way. And that, if we all were the same, it would be boring, right? So
that is true. That is true.
He is streaming random videos from birthday parties and giving commentary, says Rooster Beast. That is birthday week.
I would like that.
What do you want me to do with this? Eat it! Happy birthday to the ground!
Oh my god. I still love that. Let's move that up a bit. Oh yeah, I'm loving this. Like, don't you just love this shit? It's just so cool. Oh man, I'm glad I spent the money on this. It just makes me feel so professional. This is Hap right here. Other things that are Hap, by the way, Jeremy, on my list of Haps. I played a new game which I mentioned last night, I think, on Soro's stream, which is Doki Doki Literature Club. I didn't stream it because I suspected I expected reading out a load of text for a while was going to be boring, but I kind of wish I had streamed it because that game is fucked up, and I might well do the opposite of a blind playthrough, an eyes wide fucking open playthrough of Doki Doki.
Oh my god, I fucking know what's coming next.
Oh my god, if you don't know what's coming, but I do, the opposite way round, as opposed to last night when everyone knew that game and I didn't. But oh my fucking DDLC, as I will refer to it. What a game! Really impressed, really cool. So that was the other Hap. I'm out of Haps. I'm all out of Haps.
Well, I've only got one Hap really, and I've only got one nap as well. Not that I'm, a disgruntled motherfucker that's just going to come on here and rant about everything. I have one of each. And my Hap is Hap because it's 2020, Alex. It hasn't been the most successful year for many.
Indeed.
And despite my own personal mantra that...
Fuck Shedstore.
Well, obviously fuck Shedstore is my new mantra, but my long-standing mantra has always been no mince pies until after Thanksgiving.
It doesn't rhyme.
Because, it doesn't rhyme, but it's poignant because I'm a lover of mince pies, as you well know.
I do know
it has been addressed on this podcast previously. And if I didn't limit myself ordinarily to only having them between Thanksgiving and like New Year and then fuck the shit, I'm out. Yeah. I would become a gigantic roly-poly fat motherfucker.
You become a mince pie.
I would become a pie. But this year I decided it's 2020. So, things aren't going particularly brilliantly anyway. So I'm just going to have the nice things and, make myself feel better with the nice things.
I agree.
Combined with the fact that I'm a roly-poly gigantic fat motherfucker already. So I can only get more fat and I'm going to have to lose it either way. So fuck it. Let's just become a blob and they'll have to forklift me out through the window they've removed from my living room. It's going to be great.
They've removed the window from your living room?
They will do to get me out of the house.
I thought you meant like just today they'd come past and just like, by the way, I want to get rid of that one. Well, yeah, it's obviously, by the way, my Christmas tree is still up and it has been up all year.
It has, yeah.
And now it's approaching a time when it's relevant again.
He actually uses it as well. Like he turns the lights on because whenever I would go round to his place to actually do Don't Get Me Started, and I'm plugging in my laptop and I'm plugging in like my phone and all that kind of stuff, every week I unplug the fucking Christmas lights. Every week. It's not oh no, he hasn't plugged those in since last week. Like the television is in exactly the same state. If I've unplugged the HDMI cable from the back of his television to plug my laptop in, that's still unplugged. But no,
I love how
the Christmas lights have been used.
There's two plugs there, Jeremy. You can use both. One can be the Christmas light, the Christmas lights, right? My room, my front room, which I'm sure one day I'd hope you'll all be in at some stage. I mean that sincerely. When COVID is dead, my front room, you won't fit in it because it's not that big. But the lights are too much. Lights off is too dark. So Christmas tree light is just right, in the words of Goldilocks. So,
and apart from blue, they don't tend to have like the harsh tones of white light or blue light.
Yeah, no, they're quite soft. It's perfect, actually. I think it's really good, and it's super fucking Christmassy, and that's amazing. So,
fair enough.
But mince, I'm with you, by the way. Just to say, your mantra of like basically 2020 shit, we should eat and drink whenever we want. I am in total agreement with. I came back and I thought on Sunday I'm going to buy a pizza, and you get a pizza free. And so I bought one pizza, got a pizza free, and I sent them pictures. I sent a picture to my girlfriend. She was like, 2 pizzas? And I'm like, you get one free. You get one. So many girls I've been out with, and I'm just saying, every one of them said, why have you got a second one? I'm like, well, they gave it to me free. And she went, we don't need it. I'm like, but
it's free.
But I paid I get 2 for £16 or 1 for £16.
Or 1 for £16.
What's wrong? She said, when are you going to eat it? I'm like, fucking now. Now. I'm going to eat it now or tomorrow. Oh, I couldn't possibly eat it tomorrow. It'd be cold. I'm like, warm it up.
Allow me to introduce you to a magical device. It sits in the corner of my kitchen. It is called the microwave. It provides heat to cold things.
Breakfast tomorrow. Yeah, right, Nova. Exactly.
Absolutely. I'm not sure if I've told this story on any kind of public forum before, but in the formative, like, conversational years of my daughter Hannah, as she was getting in her first words, she would believe, say breakfast whenever I got pizza out, because she was so used to me having pizza for breakfast on a Monday morning after, like, you'd come round and we'd watch the NFL or whatever we were doing on the Sunday night and not the NFL season, that she genuinely thought that pizza was breakfast, because I'm like, we're going to have breakfast. And for me, that was pizza.
It's also lunch meat. It was amazing. It's so good. I bloody love pizza. You know, when what is it? Like, they go to, I can't remember the bit in Friends when Joey's not there. I think they're either all in London or they've gone to Vegas or whatever like that. It says, we got the Joey special. Because he's not there. It's like, oh yeah, he's the only one that doesn't go. It's like, we got the Joey special. And it's like, what? 2 pizzas? I'm like, this is fucking brilliant. So that's what I got. It's sad
that I can tell you the exact context of that.
Yeah, could you?
It was when they were in Vegas for Chandler and Monica's wedding, and Joey was on the set filming that weird ass fucking war thing
with Gary
with
Oldman.
the drunk guy.
And they spit at each other all the time. It's like, I found the paintings in your pack, or whatever it is. The picture of Priscilla in your pack, or something like that. What a fucking show!
Yes, but that was the story arc at the time.
So I'm with you for just enjoy yourself. It's later than you think.
And combining all of these things that we've discussed, Captain Sora says that when this is all over, that he and Lady Sora will have to come down for a group Don't Get Me Started. Absolutely. You bet your ass that there'll be the odd special guest on Don't Get Me Started when we can actually do that kind of thing.
Well, there's this heartening news about a vaccine, isn't there? I mean, I haven't really been paying attention to the news.
Yeah, there's a vaccine if you're one of the select few that's going to get it. And,
right.
We can expect it in 2027, I think.
Well, we'll see how it goes.
I suppose the good news is that those of us that are willing to roll with the punches and either get it or not get it and not care can just go, okay, the important people will be vaccinated. That's fine. If I get it, I get it. It's not really going to... Well, it's either going to kill me or it won't. There's a 50-50 chance of anything happening.
Yeah, it's either going to kill you or it won't.
Yeah. And we'll just roll with that. And yes, as long as everybody else is happy with that situation, we can just move forward and not give a shit anymore. That would be great.
We've been debating rewatching Friends again. This might...
It's well worth doing. It is well worth doing.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't put any concentration into it, but just put it on in the background as you're doing other things. It's nice to have a background series to watch, as well as the things you're seriously watching, I find.
Speaking of things I've been watching, by the way...
It's like I planned it.
Thank you. Yes. Talking about naps, Jeremy. That's very happy, but things that are nap for me, he says, switching to his show notes. Yeah, I mean, I'm bored of saying the Bucks, but the fucking Bucks, man. Right, whatever. Self-isolation, I've put, although I've noticed that self-isolation feels a lot like the normal lockdown I experienced before, because I'm just not leaving the house, and that's what I did already. So the only difference is I've had to ask the supermarket to bring my food to me, which has just improved my lifestyle.
Which is better, yeah.
100%. It's like, this guy's like, here you go. And I'm like, oh, thanks very much. But yeah, what have I put? I'll tell you what's nap. And here's the funny thing about this, everybody, is it was on my Haps last week, which is Bly Manor. I watched the first 4 seasons. How many fucking seasons are there? First 4 episodes of The Haunting of Bly Manor. And I was like, oh man, I dig this show. And then the last 3, just especially the last one, more specifically, like the last 10 minutes or thereabouts, last 2 episodes, as it were, just totally fucked it. What a shit show. Fuck Bly Manor. It's a pile of crap. It's
cool.
And
now I don't need to watch it.
You don't. Let me save you. It's just like I wanted to save you from Tenet. It's like I tried to save you from Tenet. And loads of people out there will go, I'll make my own mind up. I'm like, hey, mate, be my guest. That's $10 down and 2 hours wasted. But like, just, I'm helping you. Don't watch Bly Manor. It's a pile of shit.
Yeah. Well, I hate endings anyway. So.
Yeah, I like things just to continue forever.
There aren't that many TV shows that I consider to have ended well. So if you're telling me off the bat that it's got a shit ending, then it can go and fuck Shedstore itself.
It should fuck Shedstore itself. However, you know and I know... oh man, that was almost a bit of a Dre lyric. You know and I know that we disagree on one of the most famous and controversial endings in all of TV history. That's the ending of The Sopranos. Otherwise, an excellent fucking show.
Yes.
So, you know, for all you know, you might love the ending of Bly Manor, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that I think the only place we differ is The Sopranos, and this one will piss you off too. Do you know, by the way, we've got a friend of ours called Owen who occasionally pops in called The Chules. And he was saying, oh, I bloody love Bly Manor. This is amazing. And he was slightly ahead of me. He's like, I think this, I think that. It's amazing. And he can sometimes go one way or another on these things. And we can often differ. And he said, I've watched the end of Bly Manor. And I'm like, okay. And what did you think? And he was like, it's total shit. What a load of shit. And I'm like, phew. We all agree. If you disagree, I'd be interested to know whether anybody does. But there you go. Anyway.
Captain Sora said he has a nap. But unless we saw Supernatural lately, we won't get it.
Is it still going?
Yeah, well, that's it. I haven't seen Supernatural in a long time because I generally find it nap because it's super contrived.
Captain Brilliant loves Supernatural. The theme tune's good. I'll give it that.
Supernatural had its first gay episode. I beg to differ. Had a main character confess their love for another man. And because they weren't happy with being gay, they were sent to super hell.
Super hell?
First of all, are you...
That reaction should be clipped. That Jez reaction, that kind of like brain broken fucking can't... Just fucking clip that shit.
It was like, right, lot to process here. Where do I begin? So, this super hell thing, is this a thing that you have coined, or is that an actual plot device? Because if that is an actual plot device, it is the nappiest of all nap things.
I'm reading this now.
Fuck itself. It's like a special hell. You
go to hell for being gay in this universe. You go to super hell for being happy with being gay. So there's a load of people who are just gay and unhappy, and they just go, what the fuck?
This sounds like a fucking hateful piece of bullshit.
Undertale lover, I know you said I love Supernatural, but read the room. or just read up a little bit. But yeah, I will say about Supernatural prior to that information, the occasional episodes I saw of Supernatural were quite fun. But most times people who I think like Supernatural are women that like the Winchester brothers. Is it Winchester? I don't know. They like the guys. A couple of my friends are like, oh my God, Supernatural's so good. And I'm like, what's so good? And they're like, Sam. And I'm like, okay. I don't even know if these names are correct.
And that's totally reasonable.
Yeah. But
pretty
a little
sexist
bit shallow.
And very shallow, because if you were giving your reason for liking a show and it was, because I like X female.
Yeah, imagine if I like Voyager because of 7 of 9.
Because of 7 of 9 and nothing else. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, I'll say something about...
That would be massively misogynist.
I'll say something about something else that's Hap. I was watching Voyager, and I really quite enjoyed... Hap. It was Hap, actually. And I really quite enjoyed Neelix.
Really?
Yeah. Like, from the word go.
I actually really like Neelix in the the pilot episode.
He's just really lovable and fun and interesting, and he never overstays his welcome, and it just kind of perfectly works. So, whatever.
Nice to meet you.
He's just so joyous, and given that I'm a little bit more like that, I'm just like loving everything about Voyager. So really good.
Yes. No. I love Neelix, and it's because of his relationship with Tuvok. And Tuvok is your generic like Spock replacement character. You have to have a Spock-like character in every Star Trek, otherwise it's not Star Trek. But Neelix is just there like
the antithesis.
I'm gonna make you smile, motherfucker. One day it's gonna happen. And in before Nova points out Tuvix, thanks. You don't need to. It's fine. Shall I share my nap? Because I think that will close us out. And I probably should have jumped in and shared it when you did your nap about self-isolation. But my biggest nap, and you'll have to not misunderstand me here, is lockdown. And I say lockdown with air quotes.
Do you mean the TNA pay-per-view?
Yes. I mean, that was nap anyway, but... No, I mean the fact that I'm down for a lockdown, let it be said. Mm-hmm. Much like you, I'm a self-isolationist at heart. Yes. I can quite happily sit here all by myself, watching TV, getting work done, streaming, having things brought to my door so I don't have to leave, all that good stuff. And so when it was discussed that we would have lockdown, again, lockdown 2, the lockdown strikes back, I was like, yes, there will be no people on the streets. I will go to drop off parcels at the post office and there will be nobody about. I won't have to dodge the dickheads on the pavement as I'm carrying a pile of boxes up to my chin like that. Now with my face visor kind of pressed awkwardly because anyway. But I listened on the radio the other day, the government kind of advert for lockdown. It's like, restrictions are once again in place. And it had a totally kind of Boris intonation voice in it. And it was like, new restrictions are now in place. You're asked to stay at home, apart from to go to work, to go to school, to go for a shop, to go to exercise, or to there was like 2 other things, and I'm like
get medical stuff.
So what exactly is it you don't stay in your house for? Because that's a pretty exhausted list of every fucking thing that you could possibly conceive. Is the answer really just you can't go to the pub or a restaurant? Is that it?
Yeah.
Because all of these ideas like Wales had of boarding up the non-essential shit in supermarkets, and you probably missed that being in Belgium over the time, but while Wales were in lockdown, like the middle of Lidl, for example, was
the middle of Lidl
taped over, like, none of this shit, motherfuckers, that ain't essential.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so that's what we were expecting here. We're expecting non-essential shops to close, but everywhere's open, nothing has changed, there are still pricks everywhere. Where's my fucking lockdown?
Give me my lockdown. The reason they call it lockdown 2 is because there's only 2 things that are locked down. That's why that's called that.
It all makes
it's catchy
sense now.
Yeah, does that make sense? Yeah. Pubs and restaurants, go fuck yourself. That's a pity, really. Actually, when I went to Belgium, the first week it was like the bit in it's like, come with me and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. And I'm like eating ribs and having a good time. I'm like, more wine, please, and all this sort of stuff. Now, a week after I was there, the week
unmasked man, bring me the sustenance.
Yeah, it's like, right away, I fuck Shedstore. I'm like, that's weird. We didn't even start that 3 weeks ago.
We haven't even got that far yet.
I love that sort of joke. But then it all just crashed that week, the week that the Bucks played the Packers, which was obviously excellent. And I'd gone to that sports bar, the only sports bar in Ghent, which is a Boston-themed sports bar. So it's got Patriots stuff, it's got Celtic stuff, and the whole of every one of their 30 screens is playing golf or Premiership. And I'm like, I got a question? The fuck is this shit? So I should have known. that being the last day of restaurant time, that everything was about to fall apart.
Woo! Boston!
Woo, Boston! And yeah, here's Ernie Els, not from Boston. And over to you. So, I fucking don't know. Well, Boston! Have a wicked good time, eh? And all those other...
That's Canada, mate.
Eh?
What's that all about? It's basically Canada. It's high up. It sometimes snows. It's all
once
good.
Again, we've managed to get 40 minutes out of This Is Happening.
Boom.
I bloody love this show.
But I tell you what, I think now might be the time.
I agree. Yes.
So, for those who are tuning in for the first time, I don't think there is anyone tuning in for the first time. I'm just going to throw it out there. But over the last few weeks, there has been a story, a tale, if you will, about my journey in being delivered a shed that was totally fucking inadequate, and the company that provided it were totally fucking useless, and I ranted a lot. And we have since been gifted this wonderful greeting mantra, fuck Shedstore, which I invite you to go forth and spread everywhere you go. Instead of saying hello, you say fuck Shedstore. Instead of saying goodbye, you say fuck Shedstore. And one of our kindred spirits, I can hear my wife in the next room laughing her fucking head off. One of our kindred spirits, one of our supporters, one of our disciples in fuck Shedstoritude, and I needed a better noun for that, has taken on this mantle. There he is. Shout out Rooster Beast. And has created for us an anthem, the fuck Shedstore song. And right now, I'm going to play it for you and debut it in front of the world. But not content with just playing the song and us sat there like going and just listening to it, I decided to add some little graphics and visuals to it. So
now I'm going to press play at the same time, aren't I?
Yes, because you have not got the stream open and OBS is weird and won't give you the audio. It'll only give you the video. So as I finish talking, you can start. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Introducing the creation of Rooster Beast. Fuck Shedstore. Can I get a fuck Shedstore?
They sent me belt that doesn't work. I can't absorb anything in my shed, and I'm about to go berserk. You didn't fix a goddamn thing. The trust pilot brain told me shit. You sold me a busted ass shed, and now I'm fucking stuck with it. Shedstore.
I love this cat.
Fuck Shedstore.
Bam.
I must have timed that pretty well because it seemed pretty in sync. Oh my fucking god, that's one of the greatest things I've ever heard.
Absolutely, that was fucking amazing. Like Rooster came in and said it took about 2 hours to do, which is why things were a bit loud. I did not notice any
Mate,
kind of
You don't have to
imperfection with it at
apologize
all.
or qualify
fucking
any. It was
amazing.
absolutely brilliant. A fuck Shedstore to you, sir. You are fucking. Do we have a viewer of the week? We should do because it's fucking.
We do
Rooster
now.
Bees.
I came, says Captain Sword.
Do you know what I love? Is that it's just it has all the hallmarks of something like a. I'm trying to think of other kind of rock bands that do that kind of. It gets a fuck Shedstore. Like there's no ambiguity at the chorus, right? And then the bit that I liked is also where it rhymes. It says the service was just piss poor, and I'm like, I know where this is going.
My favorite line is your Trustpilot rating doesn't mean shit.
There's like so many fucking genius lines in this fucking thing. So many. It's absolutely ram full of genius lines. Mate, you're amazing. Honestly, so good and so talented. Really good. Yeah, absolutely. Not worthy. This is above and beyond, old chap.
Yes.
I'm
off
off the mic. I'm not even near the mic. I'm so. Anyway.
We're just two dickheads that rant about bullshit every week, and you've come and actually created us something.
It's just
that's
like
fucking amazing.
Would you like a slice of talent? Thank you very much. Yeah, really good.
Very much appreciate the hell out of you. Thank you very much.
Did some homework before writing lyrics. It's like, what rhymes? What's rhyme? Your rhyming dictionary. It's like, Margaret, I need a rhyme for Shedstore. Piss poor.
Bread whore.
Red whore. A bit
Needs
dark.
work, Margaret. Come back to me later.
Oh dear. Oh my god.
Right. So I'm not sure how
We need a
can
kind of a palate
top
cleanser.
that, really. Yeah. So maybe I'm just going to throw the idea out there while we're laughing and joking that we send us into the cool wall that totally isn't ripped off from Top Gear. How does that sound to you?
Do it. Let's do it.
Cool wall. It totally isn't ripped off. So last week, this was a massive failure because we just discussed some shit for a very long time and put fuck all on the wall because we couldn't agree whether it was Hap or Nap.
Yes.
Is that about
you
summing
felt
up?
that. That does sum it up. I felt that you felt more aggrieved about the lack of adding things to the wall. I think that there needs to be a threshold, otherwise nothing gets added and the whole thing becomes like pointless. Do you know what I mean? If everything has a chance, then there's no point. So I thought last week was a refreshing, cathartic kind of interval into the other cool walls, basically, because it just goes to show we won't just put anything on the wall. That's what I'm kind of saying.
Fucking hate ties. It's like you didn't play the game at all. What a fucking waste.
I thought you just meant like you fucking hate ties. Like
No, I fucking love ties. Fucking love ties. That's the only shit part of not working a 9 to 5 anymore is that I don't get to wear ties.
Oh my god. Do you know? Okay,
How about that? Neckties.
Neckties.
Nap. Let's put them on the wall.
Put it on the board. I like ties. And you mean in this? Yeah, I like ties, neckties. I like a tie. I'm a big fan of a tie. A bow tie, even. I know that's not what you're talking about, but I like a bow tie too. But that's only because like it looks good with a sharp suit. But
Yeah, only a certain type of shirt. Like if
not
you're
not a bow tie. If you're like, who's that science guy who's in America and does a load of science and he's very popular with a bow tie? I don't know the guy's name.
Bill Nye, the science guy.
that's the dude. I bet he wears. I'm pretty sure he wears a bow tie. I'm like, oh fuck that shit. No, I don't want a bow tie. I don't want a bow tie on a nerd. I want a bow tie on James Bond.
Right. It's
Those
very
are
specific.
Well, I mean, not those. Yeah, I mean, hey, that's who I am.
Yeah.
You know?
Karis points out he has like 30 of them, neckties that is, and 2 shirts. I did have an equal amount of shirts to neckties, but then I stopped needing to wear them and realized that I'd worn these shirts to death and that they were needing to be thrown out and trashed. Whereas the ties are resilient. They live on.
As per my haters gonna hate on shirts a few episodes back, where shirts just fucking go. Ties are eternal.
Unless you try to wash them.
Yeah. One time I tried to iron a tie once. Like, there's a bit. Let me see if I can just get that smudge off. Oh no, that's wet now. I'll just use a small amount of the iron.
Oh, look at that. It stuck to my iron. Fucked a tie under there. Great.
Yeah, I love ties. Ties are hap, I think.
Yes. I wouldn't go so far to say they're mega hap.
No, I mean, they're still a tie. I remember going to work when I used to work at the previous place, and they didn't require you to wear a tie, but wanting to make a good impression, I dressed up sharp with a shirt and a tie, and they were like, listen, you don't have to wear a tie. And I'm like, yeah, but it's just good to. And gradually I just like I was just like, no, I don't need the tie. People were coming with jeans. Like, no one gave a fuck in the end. Like the code, like the dress code just kept going down and down and down. I'm like, oh, so dear.
It's different for the types of shirts that you wear that, you wear open. But if you wear a shirt and you button it up and you do not wear a tie to cover up the buttons, you're a cunt. I said it. You actually physically make me feel a bit vommy if you are wearing a shirt buttoned up with no tie. That actually makes me
when you say buttoned up, like to the top button.
Even if it's like buttoned up and you've got the top button undone, that's like, no, put a fucking tie on, you disgrace.
But like, if you go out, you've seen me wearing my pink shirt or my blue shirt, the only 2 shirts I really like, and when you a going out shirt, which is untucked for going out,
those are different. Those are different, and I think it comes down to the type of button,
right?
Like, casual shirts tend to have bigger buttons, and they're generally designed to look good. But just
a work
like
shirt,
a work shirt, a wedding shirt, like a business shirt, like, actually makes me feel a bit queasy if you're not wearing a tie, like buttons on.
That is nap.
It's a bit sickening, actually. So, are we agreed then?
Yes.
Neckties are hap.
Yes, we are agreed. You'll be pleased to hear.
Put it on the wall.
Put it on the wall.
Done.
I didn't know. Right. By the way, I didn't know if you had a
wall at some point.
I didn't know if you had a secret sting, and that you've been waiting to press a button when something goes on the wall and it goes. And the fact that I disagreed with literally everything last week, you've been waiting to press this button. And
I didn't get to do my sting.
And I was like, why is he so freaked out about this? It doesn't matter. And it's just like, I wanted to press a thing. But it's not the case.
No, I'm just a prick.
Okay. Looking to see.
I don't think we've had any suggestions.
Oh,
I think
suggest
we've just
something.
had visceral disagreements with everything we've said ever. So that's fine. You go ahead and do that. But the way this segment works when we don't come up with our own is that you need to suggest things. We will discuss them and decide where they go on the wall. And if we can't decide, if we are not unanimous in that decision, it doesn't go on the wall, because this is the wall of unanimous. Don't get me started.
I suggested one. He did suggest
well,
one. I mean,
don't be a prick. Be fucking useful and suggest it again. Hey, don't make me scroll.
I scrolled and I still can't find it.
No, I didn't see it. Can't find it.
Vest tops.
Is that what he said?
Yeah. What's a...
Beneath Reese's message. He's got a bunch of fucking messages.
I like how, this is one of those kind of puzzles. We have to work out things by the position of other things. Yeah. Ties serve a visual purpose. Know what? RNAP vests. Who the fuck needs a top beneath a top? Fuck off vests. Okay.
The most recent one.
I found it. I think I found it.
Vests?
Yes.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, it is vests.
Okay. Vests are for children.
Correct. I agree with you, Will. Actually, yeah. Why do you need, especially in New York? Like, there's some guy and he's eating probably a pizza for breakfast or whatever, and then he's got a vest and he's got a vest on. He's sitting on the vest and jeans. He's like, "Hey, I gotta go to work," and he's got his vest, and then he puts on his shirt over top of the vest, and I'm like, "What?" And that's what you're talking about, I think. Vest and then a shirt. No, you don't need that. You've got two mount. You're gonna be you're gonna be either too hot or you have two things on. Layers, motherfucker. I get that. Layers, right? You know, that's fine. Layers. But like, you know.
Also, like, central heating's a thing. Just turn your central heating up and be warm that way. But so, yes, vests are for children, but they're also for old people. And it's like you kind of grow out of them and then you grow back into them when you're an old person, because it doesn't matter how high you've got the central heating, old people are still cold. So then you do need to artificially go up on layers. There's a lot of girls in this chat saying, but vests for girls. And what I will say is, okay, if you need to wear a vest because you've got fucking rocket nips and the only way you're keeping that from coming through to your outer layer is by adding another vest as a layer, then go for it. But if you're there to bitch about the temperature, stop being such a woman.
There is a difference here, I think, if I might speak for the women, which is a dangerous fucking game to play. But vests that the head of the Sopranos family might wear around the office are different from vest tops, which girls might wear as a matter of course, like a tank top, as the Americans might say in the parlance of their times, although tank top is not a phrase I think we routinely use in England. But a vest top is clothing girls wear. I think they are well, I mean, you know, probably for you, I don't really give one shit one way or another. But vests, like the old man who's dropping kind of spaghetti sauce. I don't know why it's a mafia theme on a vest. That's two different things in my head, anyway.
I was knowing at Nova Charter who says, "You don't think Cisco looked good in the vest?" No.
When was he in a vest? I don't remember that. I think
when he was in a desert, I guess. Like did he wear a vest when he was looking for the orb of prophecy, looking for his mummy orb thing?
I don't remember him in a vest. Like, but I don't know if it's an American thing, but like maybe they
I don't know.
A vest under, like, you see it in every TV show, like Stranger Things. The cop's getting ready. He's got his pants on. He's got his vest on. He puts his shirt on. He puts his jacket on. I'm like, you added a superfluous layer there, motherfucker.
Yeah, the first contact vest uniform, he says. No, like that outer kind of thing.
It's always about Star Trek with you, Nova.
It's warm as hell. You don't need a vest.
Nah.
Like, you have fucking environmental controls. Why do you need layers on a fucking starship? Nah. Vests are nap. Oh, we agreed that vests are nap. Is that a thing?
Yeah,
there we go. That's two things on the fucking wall. What a great week.
I'm only saying yes because I want to make you happy.
Yeah, you're back in the same town. I was like, fuck, I better agree. Otherwise, you'd come around and stab me in the head.
Do you know what? I've noticed I've got like 4 different types of rum. It's unbelievable. There will be drinking on the stream. You better believe it.
Yeah, and you better fucking agree. Let me tell you right the fuck now. Better fucking agree.
Those scissors.
They are scissors.
Do not follow my example. Drinking is not cool. In case you're somebody that worries about that sort of shit.
Right. What else have we got?
When breastfeeding, vest feeding, vests are good. Vests
Who said that about breastfeeding? Was that my wife?
It was.
Yes. Well, the thing is, if I may be so bold to say, you had to modify some vests when you were breastfeeding, so they weren't fit for purpose, were they? That's what I'm going to say to that.
Vests are good for clothes that are see-through. Tell me more about these see-through clothes.
Humbly and pervily disagree.
Like, why did you buy the see-through clothes if you didn't want us to see through them? Why did you buy a second one just to cover up the see-through bit? Just be see-through and let us enjoy it.
If you don't want people to see your tits, maybe buy appropriate clothing.
Opaque.
If you want people to
Opaque.
see your tits, go right ahead.
Transparent.
It's like if you've ever been out to like a club or been around a club, and you've got these girls that are just constantly like pulling down their really fucking short miniskirts, like, bitch, you wore this. Either own it or go home and get changed.
Yeah.
Like, don't wear the thing and then fucking play with it all night, because it just highlights that you've made a fucking bad choice. You're gonna have a bad time.
Yeah.
Anything else for the wall? I feel like we need a third one.
I think this might be straying into dangerous territory about what people wear and can't wear and what looks good on them. But I think we're
I'm happy to tell people what they can and can't do. I'm totally about that.
This is like literally the point of this is us to take this. Hey, we like see-through underwear. Yeah, I mean, do you know what? I like bits of the underwear to be see-through. I don't want the whole thing see-through. That always freaks me out now that we mention it.
Yeah, because otherwise people would just wear like perspex underwear, right?
That'd be strange. I want to. Anyway, shoes with toes. Is that or socks with socks with toes?
What?
Shoes with I know it's a shoes.
Oh, like mittens or like gloves, but for your feet.
Yeah. Shoes with toes. People have the shoes with toes for runners. Do this. They have shoes with toes.
No, I know what you mean now. They kind of that kind of rubbery.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, fuck those shit. And socks with toes.
My face may be betraying my true opinion here. As I kind of cringe.
Wear it on your vest sleeve.
Feet and nap. Okay. So I'm going to say anything related to feet.
Feet and nap. You think feet and nap?
Feet and nap.
Why do you think feet and nap? I'm looking at my feet
now. Because they're disgusting. Like, feet are disgusting.
Are you talking about the smell of feet?
Yes, and the look of feet, and the general makeup of feet. No,
they're kind of wiggly and they're kind of symmetrical, and they kind of you're looking at. They start at the big toe and they work down. I'm looking at my feet now.
But they're crap. Like one of the toes is like compromised in some way, and it totally fucks up your entire like structural integrity.
I don't have socks on at the moment, otherwise I'd show you. My feet are here.
Yeah, but you won't because you understand how disgusting feet are. We should have like hooves or paws. Like feet are fucking wrong.
Feet are wrong. Oh my god! You know what? We could do this show for 100 years, and I'd still learn new things about you. Feet are fucking wrong.
You know that like that some people have got a foot fetish.
Yes, I have met those girls.
I have the opposite of that. What is the opposite of a fetish? Because that is what I have in regards to feet.
I don't know. A fetish is something weird, unusual, and deviant is by description. So something regular and normal is the opposite. So if a foot fetish, the opposite of that is like regular head, right? Because it's the opposite part of your body. The opposite to foot fetish has to be something normal at the other extremity. That's what I'm saying.
I'm just letting you talk now because
I'm just looking at your face. I'm just like,
I'm not sure where it's going to go.
It doesn't really matter. What's that say? Jeremy's more of a teeth guy. Hey, baby, let me lick your molars. Oh my god, that fucking freaks me out. Oh god, I can't believe you said that. That's so weird. Imagine if someone licked your teeth. Imagine if someone licked your teeth. That would be. Oh, I can't imagine it. Imagine if you were going out with a girl the first night and you start kissing her, or a guy, work it out both ways, doesn't matter. And then the person went, "Baby, can I just?" And then
what is happening right now? Like, what actually is this show?
And they just licked your front teeth, and you were like, "What was that?" And they're like, "Oh, sorry, that might have been a bit weird. I really like licking teeth. It's kind of my thing." I'd be like, "Check, please." This was in the restaurant, evidently. Jez is a furry. Confirmed. You heard it here first because you want paws. You want paws.
Yes,
that's the reason.
Yes, it's a little contrived, but I'll let him have it.
Don't worry, he hasn't licked my teeth. Do it tonight. You'll be in bed together, Lord and Lady Soro. You'll be like, and you'll be like trying to bring up like, "Hey, that was funny." Says Will. It's like, "That's funny what Alex was saying earlier about licking teeth. That's really weird, isn't it?" And you're like, "Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was really weird." It's like, but I mean, we could You could try it. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome, Britain and America.
No, says Lady Sora.
Like, how do people get on the same page about things, right? Like sexual stuff. It's like all the things you want to lick that's part of the body and you think the other person doesn't want. How do you know that moment where you're trying to get your kinks onto them? Basically, like, I kind of like X. And they're like, yeah, no, I'm not really. I'm like, yeah, no, me neither. No, I don't know what I said. Like, you have to kind of go together.
No, you just got to go all in, man. It's like, if you want to lick a girl's teeth, you just got to go, so... I am a big fan of licking teeth. You've got teeth. Perhaps I could lick them. How do you feel about that? No? Okay. All right. We won't do that then.
Do you know what blows my mind, Jeremy?
Just go all in, man.
Right, one murderer, like a single murderer.
And now Captain Sora is obviously
said
the exact same thing as me, but in as much a deviant way as possible. Give it a try and see how they react. Munch that ass. Suck them toes.
Imagine how much you'd save on toothpaste. I save quite a lot on toothpaste, actually, at the moment. Yeah, in people, what I feel about is like, say you get a murderer who kills a person, but you get a lot of people who are murdering couples, like Fred and Rosemary West. And I don't know, others. There are many more. I don't need to cite them or name them, but there are many more. And at what point did Fred West go, do you know what? I think, what do you want to do tonight? And she'll say, on 3, 1, 2, 3. And she goes, Chinese. And he
Kill
goes,
someone.
And she goes, what? And he was like, oh, don't forget it. So, no, what did you say? It's like, kill someone? It's like, sorry, that was totally weird, wasn't it? That was totally
thank
weird.
God you said that. Thank God you said that. I've been waiting for you to say we should kill someone.
Oh my God.
4 years.
You wanna kill someone too? I thought it was just me. Oh, what a piece of luck. Let's murder someone tonight. Like, how does that conversation take place? I just don't get it.
I expect the first one's an accident.
Like, someone kills someone, and they come in and go, listen, wife, or other way around, listen, husband, I'm going to level with you as they're holding a body that they've murdered. I've murdered someone. And you need to get on board, or there'll be a second murder. And they go, yeah, I'm down with it. Let's do some more. In for a penny, in for a pound of flesh. A bit Shakespearean. Look, let's just get the body buried. Anyway.
So the original topic of conversation to go on the wall before whatever the fuck this was.
I've enjoyed this more than anything else.
Was shoes with toes and socks with toes.
Oh, like, no, they're fucking nap. They're so nap.
They are fucking... Right, thank fuck for that. I thought we were going to have to cancel this show for a moment, but there we go.
That's 3 in a row, mate.
They are nap.
They are nap.
On the wall they go. Bosh.
Yep.
I need to catch my breath a bit now.
Oh, man, that was amazing.
That was fucking insane. Somebody said, am I the arsehole? That seems like a nice place to go. How do you feel about that?
Let's do it.
Okay, so coming up is the segment that we like to call, because that's its name, Am I the Arsehole?
Am I the asshole? No, it's the children who are wrong.
And we'll shimmy over to the correct place.
Now, do you want to read the first one or the second one on this one?
I feel like you really enjoy this, so if I read it and you can piss yourself laughing as I go, does that sound good? Okay, so settle in, folks.
Oh, dude.
This one's a doozy.
Oh, God, it is.
My co-worker, 40SM. I don't know what the S stands for here. Small male?
Straight male? No, it can't be straight male. 40s male.
Oh, I see. 40s
in his
male.
In his 40s.
Isn't willing to commit to how old he is. Got it. Cool. Glad we cleared that up. He's in his 40s. He doesn't want to tell us he's 49. Right. Mm-hmm. My co-worker, 40s. Oh, it's the co-worker. Probably doesn't know how old they are. There you go.
They do not. Yeah.
We have dissected this ad nauseum, much to boredom. Let's get the fuck on with it. My co-worker.
That's your surname. You keep just saying your own name.
What the fuck is happening to your camera right now?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm here.
I'm just going to refresh you.
Let me just check my picture's okay on my droid cam.
There we go. You're here. Right.
Oh, yeah,
Welcome,
okay,
future
cool.
Wolfington. You're just in time for Am I the Arsehole and me not being able to say co-worker. My co-worker, 40s M, and I, 26F, female, are the only two people in our workplace on the overnight shift. He is biologically male, identifies as male, but insists on using the women's restroom because he's gay. Quotes. I have absolutely no problem with him using the women's restroom. We are the only two people on shift, and there are bigger things to worry about in this world than which toilet someone uses. But he regularly leaves a huge mess behind when he goes to the restroom. Won't flush the toilet, urinates on the floor, leaves coffee/toothpaste residue on the sink, huge water/soap puddles on the counter/floor, paper towels everywhere except the bin. I've asked him multiple times to please clean up after himself, but he hasn't. I usually just clean the restroom myself because I don't want to cause trouble, but some days I get too busy with my normal job tasks to check the restroom before I leave. Our manager, 40s female, inspects the restrooms after we leave for the day. As I am the only female employee on my shift, the manager naturally blames me for the mess left in the women's restroom. I want to tell her that it's him leaving the mess and not me. I'm only wary because of the current climate around issues like this, and I don't want to be labelled as homophobic or transphobic or anything, since that could easily ruin my career prospects. All I want is a clean restroom. I don't care who uses it. So, will I be the arsehole if I tell my manager that my co-worker is using the wrong gendered restroom?
All I want is a clean restroom. We all remember that from My Fair Lady, don't we? So this one, oh my God, this is the funniest fucking one we've ever had. I don't even know where to start. Chat, do you know where to start on this?
I mean, my problem isn't with any of the things that she's really talked about. It's with the fact that she's totally confusing the fucking question here. It's the problem isn't that he's using the wrong gendered restroom. That isn't the problem. The problem is that he is trashing the restroom regardless of the designated gender of that restroom. So his being gay, irrelevant.
Is irrelevant.
His being what was the other thing she said? He's gay,
she said
and
transphobic is what she was saying, though I don't kind of know how that came into it. There's a
so not transphobic because he's not transgender.
No,
so
it's
very difficult to be transphobic to someone that isn't transgender. I'm just going to throw that out there.
This is she's worried about these things because she's got it in her head, you know. But you carry on. You were saying.
So I think that makes her a dickhead because she isn't actually engaging her brain when she's thinking about questions. So the first thing that I would suggest is go and use the men's restroom, because clearly you said that you're the only two people there. Nobody's using the men's restroom.
Like there's so many questions here, and I'm sure we're going to get to them, right? But there's so many questions here. But like, if she for a start, like she's obviously so scared, so feared of the fact that like these things she's conjuring up her head. Oh, they'll think that. They'll think I'm homophobic. They'll think this. I can't take that. That's the mindset of someone that's like freaked out and just can't get her shit in order in her brain, right? But because if she had it right, she'd just go to her boss and say, "This guy is shitting, pissing, whatevering, coffeeing, toothpasting entirely in the women's." I mean, no company would stand for it.
Like it's super simple. She just needs to go.
He's fucking shit up.
Dave is using the women's bathroom at night, and he's a fucking disgrace.
He's a disgusting motherfucker, and he needs to clear it up. And when she says, "Why are you letting him do that?" or whatever, this company won't stand for that. There's one for men and one for women. You go, yes, that may well be true, and you can sort that out.
That is your problem to deal with.
You can deal with that.
I'm over here.
It's just me and him are there, and I'm cool with that. All I'm not cool with him messing it up, right? But the
other
thing
shitting
is that,
on the floor.
Like the other thing is like. If this means she went into the men's, like the whole thing is pointless. Why does he go into what is the purpose? What is the thing? Is that bigger? Is it nicer? Does it smell nicer? Has it got better toilet? What is the thing? What is it?
Generally, the reason that someone would want to go into the women's bathroom rather than the men's is because it's cleaner because men are fucking disgusting. But if you're the only two people there, Surely they're fucking identical. You go into them clean at the beginning of the day, and only what the fuck you do there is...
It's like you both have a personalized one. You say, I'm going to go in this one, Dave, you go in the other one, whatever. And then at the end of the day, I know who did it. It was you. Like, you know, when you go into bathrooms at work and like someone's fucked it up, and there's anecdotes about this aplenty, but you don't know who fucked it up because 50 people are using it in an hour. But I don't know. I didn't stand outside a toilet and count. I didn't have a little clicky thing. But yeah, you know what's going on. But also, by the way, loads of women, I say loads, citation needed, women have often told me that they'll go into the women's and it's fucking disgusting in there. Like, colleagues of mine would be like, it's fucking disgusting in the women's. I'm like, really? I thought men were dirty bastards. But it turns out humans are dirty bastards. So there you go. What does the chat say about this, Jeremy?
I do love some of this chat. I need to just scroll back up to Captain Saurus. Where is it? Quotes, my husband shits on toddlers and likes to wear ladies' underwear. I want to tell him to stop shitting on toddlers, but I don't want to be labelled as homophobic. His issue isn't the underwear! That's a perfect analogy. Yes, absolutely.
I love it. You cannot speak for other people. If she tells a manager and the manager takes action, it's the manager's choices. Yeah, this person just doesn't know how to deal with other people.
No. She doesn't know how the world works anymore, apparently. And that's very sad, but I don't think she's an asshole. I think she's just fucking stupid, frankly.
Amateurs, fucking amateurs. It's a bit of Big Lebowski. Yeah, I just think she doesn't know how to do. She's like, it'll ruin my career. But she's jumping to future conclusions that haven't happened yet. She's like, if I do this, then that will do that. It's like, I remember, I'm not a big fan of tipping in restaurants in the UK because I don't believe tipping is really a thing here, because unlike the US where it is a thing and you should tip, in England, we pay people money. They have a minimum wage, so there's no reason why I should paper over the cracks. Sometimes, if I feel I've had an excellent service, although if
they've gone above and beyond their job description as defined by their job description,
whatever, then maybe, yes, well said. Maybe they should. Maybe I like to give people. Now I recognize that people don't get that in places like Burger King, whatever like that. But while I'm in a restaurant, for better or worse, people do tip. Sometimes I decide to, but largely I don't. Although I'd be very happy.
Hey, I tell you what, if I go to McDonald's and just unsolicitedly somebody brings me some curry sauce for my meal that I don't have, you bet your ass they're getting a tip. So
I could.
There are ways
of
going above and beyond. Anyway.
Yeah, yes. And that notwithstanding, the point I guess I was going to make was that, like, I don't really want to tip sometimes when I think the service has been fine. I don't think there's a need to. There's no requirement to, so I don't want to. I'm not bullish about it. And hey, if the company, if the manager wanted to put £1 on every single one of those curry dishes, and instead of $6.99 for a korma, it was $7.99, I wouldn't even notice and wouldn't care. And that's really what they should do, right? But instead, they're passing it on to me to be the arsehole about that. And I didn't pay one time. We were out with some friends, and this guy who is not a close friend, who we don't see anymore really, who, for sake of the story, we'll call Toby. Because that's his name, and and he said, I have to, because if I don't, they'll spit in my food, right? So he's made a conclusion about the things that might happen if he doesn't do something that also is happening in reverse, because they've already had the food, so they don't know whether they're gonna. So, like, hey,
excuse me, sir, could you regurgitate your food so that I can spit in it for you to eat it again? Thank you very much.
You're talking rubbish. I said you can't live in fear for the possibilities of the future. You can only tackle the things that's like, but
mate, you're not that important. They're not going to fucking remember you 10 minutes from now, let alone the next time you visit in 6 months. You cheap fuck.
Man, I wish I didn't have to tip, says Nova. Now, interestingly, when I went to America, to New York in 2005, which was also a trip to Boston, as we've mentioned before, I went to see my friend who lives in New York. I used to go to school with here in England. And we went to Greenwich Village and we went to a pub there. And I was ordering Jack Daniels and Coke. I don't know why I'm showing this. This is fucking rum.
Could you bring the mic a little closer for me?
Yeah, I can, yeah. So we were drinking, and I was tipping $1 with every drink, $1 with every drink. And then partway through the evening, the barman just came out with a round of drinks we just hadn't ordered. And I was like, the fuck? And he was like, there you go, that's on me, buddy. And he went off. And they're always free pouring. I'm like, you're telling me that I can incentivize the bar staff by just giving them extra money? I mean, I guess in fairness, I might have paid for that drink that I've been tipping. But I don't think that's how it worked. I think I was getting something above and beyond. So I kind of like the tipping thing in America. What I'll say for the record is I don't really know what I'm talking about because I don't live there, but my experience was quite a good one. But it's not like that.
I fucked up tipping in America. Not because, we went out to a restaurant and it's like, okay, you tip. That's cool. But what I didn't quite understand is you tip in every fucking situation. So when I went for a haircut to a barber, I was like, I had no concept of maybe I need to tip here.
Yeah.
That didn't even enter my head.
No.
And so as right at the end, like as I've paid and I'm about to work out the door, I get like some kind of snide comment. I'm like, oh, I was supposed to tip here apparently, judging by the reaction I'm getting. It's like, maybe you could have mentioned that to the guy with the British accent who clearly isn't from around here. Like, by the way, no, you're not from here. Customary to tip. Great, thank you. Here is your tip. Absolutely. Like, but why'd you tip a fucking barber? What the fuck is that?
I know. I mean, I don't tip my barber, although at the end of the year I always buy him a bottle of Jack Daniels, and I think he prefers that. But I don't know. Right now he probably prefers, mind you, I can't actually see my barber, who up until now was coming to my house, but now I'm self-isolating. He can't come around and cut my hair.
Mwah, mwah.
So yeah. Yeah, I don't know, by the way, why my mic
have great power. Okay, fair enough. But it doesn't matter what a barber does to my hair. It looks shit regardless. So they don't have that much power over me.
I thought you said barber there, like it was Obama and your barber.
Barack Obama.
Barack Obama. Yeah, by the way, yesterday when I was streaming, I felt this was quite loud. So I thought I was being a bit too loud. But it turns out I wasn't. That's incredible.
You lose clarity if you take it away.
How did I manage that? Okay, that's fine. I'll stick like this. There comes a point, Alex, where you should just nair that head of yours. Nair, good. Hey, that's on brand. Well done. Good. I didn't even give him any money for that. You should just nair it. Other options might be available, but you should just nair it. I don't know, man.
Company guy.
I know, I am. I'm a company man. I don't know. I kind of like this. This will be shorter at some point, but I don't know. Hey, anyway, whatever. Right. Who's the arsehole in this? Can we get to the guy who shits on the floor is the arsehole?
Yes, he is. Absolutely. And no one else. She's just fucking stupid.
She just doesn't know what she's doing.
Covered that. Yeah.
By the way, can I tell you a little anecdote about this? There's two. Yeah. I'll tell you one anecdote, not two. But there was one guy who decided he was a kind of a strange guy at somewhere I used to work, and I'm not going to get into the mire that's that part, but basically he was quite troubled, and he decided to stage a dirty protest. I say stage like it was. He didn't invite people. He didn't tell people when he was doing it. He just did it himself. It was in his hotel room. We were all staying over in Calais because we had to stay there for overnight when we were working there. And he in his room, he decided to shit on the ceiling. Now, I don't know.
That's work.
How he did that, but he shitted on the ceiling. Now, presumably, he had a shit and put it either into his hand or some other receptacle and put it on the ceiling. But also, he kind of wrote stuff in it as well. He kind of wrote words and stuff. I don't know what he wrote, the works of Shakespeare. I wasn't there. I wasn't in the shit room. But he basically did this. And then he got on the coach at the end of the shift and we all went home. And it's unbelievable. This caught up with him. And they were like...
It's almost as if you book a room and you know exactly who's in the room at any given point in time.
Unbelievable. This guy, for reasons that I won't say on stream...
They'll never know.
It's the perfect crime. Like, he got fired and he was like, well, why do you think it was me? He's not the fucking Scarlet Pimpernel. They stick him here. They stick him there. It's like, mate, you were in that room. And it's like, oh, yeah.
You also didn't pay for the fucking minibar drinks you had.
Yeah. Unbelievable. I'm just like, why do people think it's okay? It's like, do you know what? Oh, you're sitting there at home. You're sitting there. It's like, oh, what should we do? Bit of pornography on the TV? No, regular TV. Oh, the little milk. Oh, the coffee. Ordering a pizza? Shit on the ceiling.
He wrote his name and address in the shit. Yeah. They'll never catch me, Bob. Shall we move on to our second?
Yeah,
the arsehole.
Yeah, I haven't read this one. Do you want me to read this one?
I do indeed. It's all yours.
Number 2. Okay.
Giggity.
The number 2 on the ceiling of that guy's hotel room. So, 43M.
He knows how old he is.
He does. Very close to my age. So 43M, don't think I'm in the wrong here. Now listen, we'll be the judge of that. You don't know how this segment works. I don't think I'm in the wrong here, but my mother is very angry at me. And my best friend says I was a horrible person for saying what I did. Now, can I just say, I love this guy's storytelling style because he leads us into this without telling us what it was. Perfect. I don't think he's the arsehole. Case dismissed. Yes. My best friend said I was a horrible person for saying what I did, and I'd be lucky if my girlfriend didn't put me out with the garbage since I decided I wanted to act like trash. Nice. My girlfriend, 34F, good work, is a preschool teacher, and for some reason, I can't explain, she dresses like Mrs. Frizzle. Who the fuck is Mrs. Frizzle?
She's the driver of the Magic School Bus.
Is this an English thing? A Magic School Bus?
American. Magic School Bus.
Oh, I don't know this. But okay, it doesn't matter who Mrs. Frizzle is. For some reason, I can't explain. She dresses like Mrs. Frizzle. Like a dress with a pattern of whatever they're studying. She makes a lot of them herself, now including matching masks. The kids love it. Wow, she sounds amazing. The kids love it, and the parents seem to think it's great. I don't like the amount... Oh, my God. I don't like the amount of attention she gets, honestly. I'd prefer if she came home and changed before running any errands. On Friday, she helped my mom with something after work, and she was still in her weird dress. I have told her before, I don't like when she dresses that way, but she tells me I don't have to like it, but I have no right to tell her how to dress. Ping! I was upset she went out like that with my mother, and I told her that my mom said she was embarrassed. Was she? I bet she wasn't. And to ask that she please not dress like that again. Don't bring the mum into it. Please don't dress like that again if they're going out. I was not expecting her to call my mom and apologize. When my mum asked what she meant, she told her what I'd said. This is fucking genius. My mum was furious. Explained she doesn't have a problem with how my girlfriend dresses and thinks it's great she spends extra time doing things to engage her student. My mum then yelled at me for lying to my girlfriend and trying to throw her under the bus because I was being an insecure jerk. My girlfriend and a guy got into a huge fight. I said she should be embarrassed to be seen in public like that. She said the only thing she was embarrassed by was me. She hasn't spoken to me or done anything for me since. My friend said I was horrible and called me trash. I shouldn't have lied, but I think my girlfriend should take what I think about her clothes into consideration. I'm not sorry for expecting her to dress more appropriately in public. Am I really such an asshole here? Edit. I'm sure they'll be pleased to know we broke up tonight. And she said I'm too controlling and narrow-minded, so she broke up with me. I take it back. This is the best one we've had.
Never has it been so fucking clear that the person writing this story is the arsehole. I don't think we've ever had a "Am I the arsehole?" Yes, you're the arsehole.
Yes, mate. Mate, you're the arsehole.
Like, fuck me. Right, okay, so she's a school teacher and she is creating these kitschy little cute dresses that are related to whatever they're doing. So if they're studying dinosaurs, there'll be like a dinosaur print dress. If they're studying like Vikings, there'll be a Viking print dress. Like, mate, what the fuck is wrong with you? This is cute. She's
like the greatest teacher that ever lived.
Like, not only that, but that's just so hot, man. That's cute as hell. Like, fuck.
Imagine if you were willing to like this idea, the dresses, the stuff she might be making for you, but no, you had to fuck it up. Oh my God. Where to start with this arsehole? Like, don't tell someone how to dress.
Yes, especially men don't tell women how to dress. Like, full stop, end of conversation.
As opposed to early when we were telling you shouldn't wear clothes or whatever.
Yeah, unless you're me, in which
unless
case
it's funny.
I can tell you what to wear because, yeah. Anyway, like you can have your opinions about it, sure, and the thing I don't really understand here is, what if she was wearing like a leather skirt and a corset to school and was going to do her shopping in that afterwards? Do you think he would be more or less outraged by that than the fucking dinosaur dress?
The best bit here, which I think this guy, I mean, how old is he? 43, we said. He
43 months, I think that is.
Yeah. he said, like, this is the guy who's losing the argument, right? So he's losing the argument and says, I don't think you should do this. She said, I think I do what I want, actually. And he goes, do you know what? My mother was embarrassed to be with you. And like in his head, he knew this was a mistake. Or maybe he didn't, but he should have known that's a mistake. And she's going, oh my God, I'll apologize. But I bet you when she rang up to apologize, she rang up also to validate the fact she knew for a fact the mother never did that. So she went, oh, well, I will ring up for an apology, shall we? Hello, Margaret. Yes, I'm very sorry I was wearing a dinosaur dress. What's that? You never said that. What a fucking surprise.
Because not only is he a massive prick in this, but that's hugely fucking gaslighty. That is the most gaslighty bullshit that I've ever heard in my life. So everybody fucking hates what you wear, person.
They all, I mean, it's not just me. It's not. I'm just trying to help you here. I'm just trying to help you. Everyone hates you.
Fuck you. Don't go near women again, you utter cunt.
Yes. Oh, man. I'm so in agreement with that. The other thing, and then at the end, the best bit, which obviously killed me, was the bit where it says, I'm sure you'll all be pleased to know.
Obviously, on Reddit, this had some responses. Knee-jerk immediates. Yes, you're the fucking asshole. There is no room for debate here. There is no nuance. There is nothing else we can consider. You are 100% the fucking asshole.
Oh, my God. The best bit about it, by the way, when I read it, I actually think he's written this really nicely.
Reddit.
I think he's written the whole thing in a really well-constructed, presented way. Despite the fact he is a massive dickhead, and we're all, and so say all of us, he's actually presented it really neatly and very well explained. He doesn't dumb anything down. He explains every facet of how he was a massive arsehole. He doesn't
he completely believes that he is
in the right
and that there is nothing wrong here. You can definitely sense that conviction in his writing.
I'll say because he says at the start, doesn't he? He's like, by the way,
well, that's it.
I don't think I'm in the wrong here.
When I was looking for these and I read this first sentence, so blah, 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 don't think I'm in the wrong here, but my mother is very angry at me. I'm like, right, Jez, strap the fuck in. This is going to be fucking amazing.
Can we just read what everyone said? Because I know we've been going to, but like.
I do need to jump up to something Tamzanaki said, and I need to find it. Oh, yeah. And she said, oh, age and gender. I thought he meant bra size, 34F. That's how I'm going to introduce everybody from now on. I'm not going to give any stats about them apart from their bra size. I don't know. I'd like to introduce my co-host, Alex, 34C.
Very kind to notice. I love how Tamzanaki's like, he's a filthy arsehole. She is dim, but try not to upset anyone. I was like, on the ceiling? What a feeling. What a feeling when I'm shitting on the ceiling. There's so wow, Death of the Arsehole. Lol. Wow. Man, this guy. P.S. Dumped.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll all be pleased to learn I was dumped. Yeah. I
love that rather than arguing the point, he came back to update how he obviously still doesn't believe that he's the arsehole, but he's like, yeah, don't really agree with you pricks, but I've been dumped, so
Mate.
Just to let you know.
This just in, I'm a dickhead. It's unbelievable that he seems to be so invested. Why, when you put these things on Reddit, presumably you're hoping that your argument will be supported. And 9 times out of 10, these people are supported by us, really, and the other person. By the way, some guy who's a dickhead, I'm just telling you about it. What do you think? Like the first example, we sided with the author. This is one of the best ones where this guy's like, hey, listen, by the way, I'm going to tell you this story. I'm pretty sure I'm in the right. And I'm like, oh man, I love that one so much. That's my favorite, I think.
Fuck.
That's my favorite. Like, by the way, we're such a progressive people now. I think we are all collectively so much, and maybe it's just all of us guys, because we in this room, as it were,
we may be in a bit of an echo chamber.
We might be
reasonable but ranty ass people.
I think and I've said this before, the people you're with are people you've met who agree with you largely. All your friends probably aren't racist, right? Because you're not racist, your friends aren't racist. And if you had someone that's racist that came into your group, they wouldn't stay in your group for very long, right? So by the end of it, it shakes down to a group of people that all agree with each other. But how is it that some people out there, like this guy, still haven't worked out that what he's doing is controlling and gaslighty as shit? What point did he not go, oh, by the way, I blame the mum. I mean, a mum's okay in this, but how did the mum not raise this guy? It's like, didn't I raise you right? I bet she said that at some point. Is this what I raised you to be? An asshole?
A gaslighting motherfucking lying prick fucking ass.
I hope you never get near another woman in your... I don't know why I'm portraying her in this manner, but I bet she did say that. Even my mum hates me. Am I the asshole? Oh, man.
Honestly.
Mate, that's
Honestly.
good.
Well,
Listen.
with that, I think we have reached the conclusion of today's episode. So don't get me started.
I totally agree.
The 25th such episode.
I think it's
been a good
one.
episode.
Yeah.
It's been a fucking cracking episode. I have been enraged, enlightened, disgusted, entertained, and many other E words. I didn't mean to start all those with E, but I did. It's a thing that happened.
Oh my God.
Coming up the rest of this week on the Jez
Let's have a
Show
look.
Network. Nope, that's the wrong thing again. Why do I do that?
I enjoy it every time.
This is one says opening video and the other says upcoming. They're totally different words. They're not similar in any way.
You need to change these words.
I do. Anyway, we are at Wednesday. This has been a quadruple header tonight. We are heading into the last part of it for Sora birthday week. 6 minutes ago, apparently. God, we're good at time. Tomorrow, November the 12th, at 2 p.m, I'm playing Horizon Zero Dawn once again. It's a great game. You get to watch me attack some mechanical horses and giant giraffes and stuff. 6 p.m, it's Among Us with Research. Regrettably, as much as I love Among Us, I don't think I'm going to really be able to make it for that stream. So that's really disappointing from my part of you. I can hear Alex whittling around in the background. Don't know what he's doing. At 7:30 p.m, the noisy wine-pouring dickhead is playing Until Dawn.
Sorry, I didn't mean to be making noise. Please say that again. Sorry, can you just plug me again, please? Sorry.
Following that at 10:30 p.m,
You're such a jerk.
Captain Soro is having the birthday part of birthday week because it's his birthday.
Nice.
Birthday. And on Friday the 13th, at 8 p.m, if I actually make effort and download the stuff, which I haven't done yet, it's going to be a community quiz / game night from 8 p.m, followed by Captain Soro's not birthday because it will already have been at 10:30.
Yeah.
And stay tuned for details of more streams coming up across the weekend. It's a pretty busy weekend as well.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't fit on that. Not enough room. Not enough room. Play fuck Shedstore again, says Welsh Nana K. Well, perhaps you should wait patiently for when I go and we finish. Because
the outro.
There may be a little surprise for you. And also, you're currently living in the same house as me. I can play a few whenever you like.
But I'm glad you teed it up. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Rooster, again for that. It's fucking wonderful.
Absolutely. Thank you to everybody that has joined us tonight. It's been busy. It's been fun. A hearty fuck Shedstore to all. And to all a good night. I once again invite you, Mr. Funny Man, to say something that is at least a little bit funny.
I can't think of anything. Can I just say fuck Shedstore and that just be it?
Say
fuck Shedstore.
A bit louder and with conviction.
Fuck Shedstore!